Which one should I get, Luke? 250F or 125?
Do you remember? Do you remember?
That was an awesome phone.
What do you guys want to eat?
McDonald's.
I know, we're here. We're at McDonald's. What do you want to eat?
McDonald's.
We are at McDonald's. What do you want, guys?
McDonald's.
Can I get some McDonald's, please?
You want some McDonald's?
Yeah.
I thought you wanted Burger King.
Oh, you good, man. Nice. Did you guys see the crash with Chad Reed a few weeks ago? Basically got squirrely at the first lap of a rhythm section, gets landed on by Kyle Chisholm. Here's a little history lesson. Kyle Chisholm is the same guy that, Luke, trying to do a history lesson. Chad Reed was chasing down James Stewart in the championship. I think it was Vegas. Was it Vegas? He was chasing him down in this race, almost got him. Kyle Chisholm is a lapper, lets his teammate James Stewart by, doesn't let Chad Reed by. Stewart wins the race.
Teammate Kyle Chisholm. Chisholm almost gets into Reed and instead he goes down. Wow, Kyle Chisholm on the standard Yamaha. That looked pretty aggressive from this seat. Awful aggressive for a rider who was being lapped.
And then in the interview, Chad Reed is like, I didn't even know who that guy was. Like, Chisholm? Who is Chisholm? I've never seen that guy before.
Oh man, Chisholm, who's that guy, you know?
So it may have been a little bit of a payback for Chisholm landing on Chad Reed. I don't know. But that was a sad moment for me. Chad Reed was doing really good this year, and that incident took out the two oldest people on the series. It took out Chad Reed. He's got broken ribs, broken scapula, punctured lungs. That was a bum deal. He got messed up, and he was doing good this year. And then you have the other guy who happens to be roughly the same age as me, Justin Braden, who basically got seat bounced on the back of another bike and catapulted, like seriously, up into the nosebleed section. He's flying through the air, comes down, lands on someone's... No, don't rain. That was a painful crash for those two riders as well as me, because now the two guys who are my age who made me feel better about being old are now out of the series. Sucks. Try to look back this way. Find me, find me. There you go. Look at me, look at me.
Why do I have to look at you?
Because if you turn your head, then your body will turn. Good job, carve up the face more. We're working on 180s today.
Yeah.
He just did 180. Now we need to do a 180.
Mason, you gotta turn it on. Hold up.
Watch my angle as I'm going up the face. See how I start turning? Yeah. All right, Mason's gonna try to drop in here for the first time. Woo! Easy.
What?
Whoa, when you make it look that easy, it's not very impressive. When you made it look so easy.
When I dropped in?
Yeah.
It was.
Well, oh, okay, well, all right. Man, today's so frustrating. It wasn't supposed to rain, so that's why we came out here. It rains, it stops, it rains, it stops, it rains, it stops. just gotta be smooth. Oh, Mason's not gonna hesitate. He's just going for it. Nice.
Fly out at an angle.
That was awesome, Mason. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mason, you're starting to get really comfortable dropping in, huh? Like, you didn't even hesitate. You just go up, you see the drop, see the line, see where you need to go, and you just hit it perfectly. That was awesome.
All he needed was just to see his little brother do it big brother do it to inspire him.
Good job, buddy. That was good. I mean, if you could drop in there, you can drop in almost anywhere.
No.
Not like literally anywhere, but pretty much. I know you guys have heard me say this before, but my goal is to hit 50,000 subscribers, and I decided as motivation for myself, when we hit 50,000 subscribers, I'm gonna get myself a dirt bike. We're almost about halfway there, so I think it's about time to start going and looking at bikes. So the two bikes I want to look at right now, the YZ 250F and a YZ 125. Basically all I want to do is I want to just see if they feel the same or not. I've had a YZ 125 before. I know how that feels. And back in the day when four-stroke started becoming competitive and raceable, the mind-blowing thing was, this is like back in like, I don't know, 99, 2000, when Yamaha made a YZ, was it 426 or something like that? The crazy thing about it was they were actually able to fit a four-stroke on a two-stroke frame. That was what was nuts back in the day. So basically right now I just want to go see if they feel the same. Yeah, here's a 110, Mason. You can sit on this.
It's not my size though, but I'll try it.
See, this is the newer version of what Luke did his first race on.
No, he could probably stand on it.
Yeah. If you don't figure out how to ride the Cobra, we're gonna get this for you.
No.
Luke's first race bike. Nice, that one fits.
Alright, Dad, let's go to the big boy.
Looks good, huh?
Exactly what I'm doing.
So we got the YZ 125 right here, basically a bigger version of your bike. And then we got the YZ 250F right here. Which one should I get, Luke? 250F or 125?
Honestly, bro, I can't tell the difference at all.
They're pretty much the same price. 65 for a 125 or 6,000 for a 250F? What? The four-stroke is cheaper? That's crazy. Oh, so this is the 18, that's why it's 6,000. This is the 19, that's 7. Now the 18 doesn't look as good. I thought it looked good, but now you look at the 19 looks way better. Yeah, the 125 is definitely taller, maybe because it's lighter and the suspension is the same as the 250, I don't know, but the 250F and the 125, look,
Yeah.
the 250F and the 125 feel totally different. They're considered the same class, but completely different bikes. Just sitting on it, not even, I'm sure they ride way different, but just sitting on it feels completely different.
I know.
Ah, there's my first ever dirt bike gear. Actually, isn't Mason, that's me. That's probably like 6 right there or something. Here I am doing a little BMX. This was actually one of the first skate parks in our area. I don't remember what it's called. It was past Beaverton, and that was a 12-foot half pipe, and that is gone, unfortunately. Okay, so here is an actual picture of my Z50. I think I'm probably like 9 there. My parents kept me on it way too long. We lived in Yucaipa, California at the time, and enjoyed Diet Slice, apparently, which they don't make anymore. And I was also sporting these Sweep Pump tennis shoes, which they don't make anymore also. I rode the Z50 until I was probably about 9, and then after that my dad moved me up to an XR80, which is another trail bike. I don't have any photos of that, but then when I was about 12, my dad surprised me with this 1995 YZ80. Focus. Yeah, that thing was beautiful. I love that bike. Here's me riding. This was in Utah at Salt Air, which is kind of out by the Salt Flats. I don't remember where this was, somewhere in northern Utah. And then when I was 15, I got this 1996 YZ125. This is probably where I really learned how to ride. This is where I started racing. This is where I broke my arm. I broke my arm at Salem Arena Cross, which is this place right here. Lighting is not the best. Cameras weren't probably the best either, but. And then here we go. This is Mountain View. That's the tabletop at Mountain View. That's the parking lot at Mountain View. This is me jumping the speed double. It was probably, I don't know, 60, 70 feet double. It was the biggest jump at the track at the time and is, of course, nothing compared to the jumps now. I think this was in Utah again. I don't know what track this is. I think it was called Bear River or Bear Lake or something like that, but it's alright. It's a fun little track. This is me trying to learn how to do freestyle. Check out my freestyle skills. Not only could I do a helmet grab, but I could also look to my left, and I was able to look back to my right. Wow. Ooh, another arena cross track. This was Clark County indoor track, which is no longer around. That YZ125 I had until I was about 21. So obviously riding and racing Yamaha most of my life. I was kind of brand loyal. I always liked Yamaha. I pretty much always rooted for Yamaha riders, especially when Jeremy McGrath went to Yamaha. But then when I was 21, I got a CR250, not because I didn't want to ride Yamaha anymore, but just because my brother had a bike for sale and he was willing to make payments. So, here's a Goldfinger concert, circa 2003 probably. It's a good Charlotte concert. Here we go. I know it has a black number plate, but it is actually a 2002 CR250, and it looked great too. That was a beautiful looking bike. Man, I seriously missed that thing. Why did I sell it? This is at a track in New Mexico. It was Farmington, New Mexico, or outside of Farmington somewhere. Oh, cool. This was a big step-up double from down here to the takeoff. This is probably like a 10-foot high takeoff, and then you jump another 15 feet probably up onto the top. That was a really fun jump. It's me on my 80. It's me on my 125. That was a big tabletop right there. Apparently, from what I remember, everyone doubled through there, and then one day Ivan Tedesco came and tripled in, so then everybody else started tripling too. It's a better shot of the YZ125. That was probably me attempting to do a hill clicker or something, I don't know. So 2004 rolls around, I get married, start having kids pretty much right away, need some extra cash. Sold the CR250 thinking I'd get another dirt bike eventually. Then the days turned to weeks, weeks turned to months. Boom, it's 2019. Holy crap, it's 2019. Honestly, the thing was, my wife never worked. I was a sole provider for the family. I always worked multiple jobs, and it was typically always jobs that I couldn't do if I was hurt or injured. I think if you're gonna ride a dirt bike, you have to be willing to accept the fact that you may get hurt and break a leg or break an arm or something, which I'm totally fine with, except for it's hard to make money and provide for a family if you have a broken leg. And really that's the only reason why I haven't had a dirt bike and ridden in so long. I don't even want to do the math and figure out how long it's been, but it's been way too long. And I always thought, okay, so when I get into a position when I am comfortable enough where if I get hurt will be okay, then I will get a dirt bike. And my motivation and my goal was to get a YZ250F because I've never ridden one. And you gotta think, like the last bike I had was a 2002. So that means bikes have progressed and gotten better and advanced almost 20 years. So I was kind of excited about that because if you think, for me, the way I thought about it, I thought of it as if I was getting out of prison. Like if somebody goes to prison for 20 years and all of a sudden they've just traveled into the future 20 years, how are things gonna be so different for them? Phones are different, computers are different, social media, cars, all these things have advanced. And I thought for me, this is gonna be crazy because I'm gonna get on a bike 20 years into the future and I'm gonna feel the difference and the shock of how much it's progressed and gotten better. So that's why I was always wanting to get a 4-stroke. So why in the world would a middle-aged 36, almost 37-year-old father of 3 want to buy and ride a 125 2-stroke? Why? Okay, here's the thing. I found myself in this position now where I have kids learning how to ride dirt bikes. They're learning to ride 2-strokes because that is what little kids ride. If I get a 4-stroke, yes, I'd probably ride better. I'd probably have a faster lap time. I would impress more people at the track and not make as big of a fool of myself on YouTube videos. But if I got a 125 2-stroke, it would basically be a bigger version of Luke's bike. And then I could show him how to ride his bike better by riding the 125. The 2-stroke and the 4-stroke are completely different bikes. They ride differently. They're revved out differently. If I get a YZ 125, I could demonstrate better how to rev the bike, how to use the clutch, when to shift, how to blast through turns. I think, in my opinion, I know I'm not an expert and I've never ridden one, but in my opinion, a 4-stroke goes through a turn, keeping the momentum and less aggressively. A 2-stroke, you have to blast through berms because you're keeping the RPM up the whole time and you're relying on clutch. So I could help him with his corner speed by demonstrating how to corner better if I was on a YZ 125. So we're getting to this point now where we're making a little bit of money on the channel, which I'm extremely grateful for, and I would like to get a dirt bike when we hit 50,000 subscribers. So now here's the dilemma. Do I get what I always wanted, what I've been planning on or looking forward to for the past 10 years and get a 4-stroke? Or for the time being, do I get a 125 to help my kids get through this next phase of learning how to ride and learning how to wind it out and blast berms on 2-strokes? I don't know, what do you think?